back to the TBC. Today I've been invited by the good people of Stellantis Peugeot Liverpool to take a look around the all-new 3008 to see if the line has gone from strength to strength or whether it's simply stood on a piece of Lego and whimpered into the corner. So let's find out.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Right, so Peugeot's new 3008 has landed, and I say landed because it looks less like a car and more like something that would dock with the International Space Station. It's bold, it's brave, and it's typically French, and I like it. So let's take a look around its more interesting design features before I have a poke around on the inside. Round the back, the 308.
3008, you idiot.
Has a high boot line, giving the car a more muscular, purposeful look, and the light bar stretches the whole width of the car, giving it a wider appearance. Clearly very well thought out. The press of a button will raise the powered tailgate to reveal an adequate sized boot. It's not the biggest, but it's enough to fit your golf bats, the family dog, and enough luggage for a round the world cruise. The front of the Peugeot 3008 looks like it's been designed by someone who got halfway through sketching a lion and thought, you know what, let's just make it a car. The grille is absolutely enormous. It could probably double as a barbecue at a family French picnic. The headlamps squint at you like they know a secret about your browsing history, and those fang-like daylight running lamps look like they are permanently furious. It's bold, it's dramatic, and it's got more attitude than a Parisian waiter, which is saying something. The 3008 starts at 37,790 and comes in three flavours, the Allure, the GT and the GT Premium. And once you've chosen your specification, then have a decision over the engine, and you've got four to choose from: the 145 hybrid, the 195e plug-in hybrid, a 210 fully electric, and a 230 fully electric.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Climb inside and you're greeted by what appears to be the flight deck of an Airbus. Actually, more like the bridge of the Starship Enterprise. You get a 21-inch curved screen that wraps around the driver like a techno boomerang. Everything glows, hums or flashes, and there's more ambient lighting colours than there are French cheeses. You don't actually sit in it, you sort of plug yourself in. With a steering wheel roughly the size of a biscuit, you sit there feeling like Jean-Luc Picard until you try to change the temperature and accidentally engage warp drive. But seriously, it looks the part. But I do really like proper tactile buttons. But hey, I'm old school. I grew up with Pong and Space Invaders. Nowadays it's all VR, but Peugeot had to move with the latest trends, even if that means you need to be Neo from the Matrix to understand it all. Hey, looks cool though. GT Sport seats, tick. Soft fabric replaces scratchy plastic. Your elbows will thank you repeatedly. Trapdoor, and another. The Oops avoidance system. How about a square-sickle steering wheel? Touch controls. How about your very own dashboard disco? And a fully programmable driver's display. The Peugeot name and brand have been around since 1810 and produced its first internal combustion engine around 1890. So these French fancies certainly know how to build a good car, but is it all show and no go? Well, let's take it off a drive to find out. So we're now behind the wheel of this new 3008. The one we're in today is a GT, and this is the start model, so this is the standard hybrid engine. Just to recap, there's four to choose from altogether. This one, which is the, as I say, the standard hybrid. They do a plug-in hybrid and two electric choices. I suspect this will be the most popular because of the price. But first impressions are it's very smooth, very quiet, and very easy to get to grips with on the controls. All these touchscreens can be quite daunting, but I find it really easy. You do feel quite cosseted as a driver. It's got a very high door line that wraps around the dash and a high center console, so it feels really safe. And I'm sure it is safe. I'm sure it passes all the NCAP safety ratings with flying colours, as the French cars tend to do. But yeah, as I say, first impressions, excellent. Let's crack on with the drive. So in this GT model, you get these sort of leather style and cloth seats. They are quite firm and very supportive. but not uncomfortable. I'm not sure it would be like on a long journey. I'm sure it'll be fine. I love the interior. It's very, very funky, very modern. It feels bang up to date. So we've got to talk about the Peugeot's tiny steering wheel, odd shape. I can see where the design inspirations come from. Clearly looks like a Formula One multi-function steering wheel. So from that aspect, it is quite cool. Now, I'm not a fan, but I know some people absolutely love it. What I've noticed with a lot of modern cars is the steering tends to be far too light. I think Peugeot have got the balance just right with this. It doesn't feel too light and it doesn't feel too heavy. As I say, it's the perfect weight. So well done Peugeot for that little gem. Visibility in the new 3008 is excellent. In fact, it's superb, except for one thing. The wing mirror is unfeasibly small. I don't know why they are. Well, I do know why they are. It's because of design over function. But there you go. That's the French. Check out this funky indicator sound. The smallest things, eh? The smallest things. It's put a smile on my face anyway. So the big question is, should you buy one? Well, if you're after something that's smooth, quiet, spacious, well priced, and a little bit quirky, that stands out from the crowd, then absolutely. Well, I want to take this opportunity to thank all the guys and the girls at Stellantis Peugeot in Liverpool, and the opportunity to take a look around this wonderful new car and take it for a test drive. I'd urge you to do the same. It's weird, it's wonderful, it's French, it's the sort of car that makes you roll your eyes, sigh, and then admit grudgingly that you'd quite like one. The new Peugeot 3008 isn't perfect, it's complicated, occasionally baffling and entirely unnecessary in several ways, but it's got soul. And in a world of grey German boxes with identical faces, that makes this rather special.
You have been watching the fabulous Tim Bush channel.